Normally this time of year, you would be right in the thick of things, coming off of March Madness and then into the NBA playoffs and your duties announcing with both of those things. At what point did you realize the seriousness of the coronavirus outbreak?
I was in San Francisco calling a Clippers-Warriors game on TNT, and there was scuttlebutt that day. That was a Tuesday night. Scuttlebutt that day that the Nets-Warriors game that I was going to call 2 days later in San Francisco was going to be played with no fans. And it was building up some steam. And by Wednesday, the next day, it became official. They were going to play Nets-Warriors with no fans. And if you remember, the reaction around the country was, whoa, what? What do you mean? How are you going to do that? How is that going to work? And now, as we know, that becomes much more of a reality moving forward with any of the leagues having to consider that as a possibility. But it really was at that moment that I knew that this was going to change very dramatically. So the day in between that Wednesday is when the president spoke to the nation, and then it all came to a head with the NBA, with Rudy Gobert, and the NBA suspended play. At that point, I jumped on a red-eye flight. I got home to the East Coast. My family was spread out everywhere. My son was in LA. My wife was in Australia visiting my daughter, who was studying in Australia. So my main focus there was family. And the next 3 days, 4 days was just trying to get everybody settled. And then once that was taken care of, I looked at the bigger picture. And I realized the NCAA tournament had been canceled. I was supposed to work the Atlantic 10 championship in Brooklyn. That got canceled. And the domino effect started to hit. And it was jarring for everybody. But from a sports standpoint, I knew, unfortunately, we were at a point of no return across many different sports that we're still feeling the effects of all of these weeks later. It's coming up on nearly now 2 months. So this is serious stuff that hopefully we're beginning to turn a corner, but the seriousness of it was not lost on me very early.